Alright, so in this STEM problem solving walkthrough, we are going to be solving a geometry problem, so let's get started. Alright, so this is an angle chasing problem, geometry problem with a triangle, and we're asked to find x, so let's find x in our diagram. So if someone gave us a problem like this to us and asked us to find x, let's see how we would do it. So I want you to take one step at a time, and I want you to think about step one. What's our first approach here? Think of some ideas, how we can approach this problem. Okay, so I have a couple of ideas. First step in angle chasing is to label every single thing you can see right off the bat. So I see right here, I have a 90 degree angle right here, I have a right angle over here. This makes a straight line, so this has to be a right angle as well. This is confirmed. And let's see, over here we have a straight line, so this has to be a right angle as well. Not the best right. Okay, there we go. So we have our right angles down, and we notice that this angle, these two are complementary. They add up to this big right angle right here. So let's actually go ahead and find x. Now we know this is 90 degrees, but we also have a 60 degree angle over here, and we have a 90 degree angle over here. This is 90 and this is 60. Well, let's find the measure of this angle, this part right here. So 90 plus 60, I'm just going to write the steps down. So we have, I'm pretty sure you already realized the 30, 60, 90 triangle, but I'm just going to write the steps down. So we have 90 plus 60 plus x equals 180. And obviously x is equal to 30. That's not actually x in our diagram, so I should actually label this something else. I'll call it theta. Okay, there we go. So let's go back here. Now we know that this is 30 degrees. Now this is 30 degrees. These are complementary. They make this big right angle right here. So this is 30. This has to be, these two have to add up to 90. So that tells us this is a 60 degree angle right here. So we have 30 and 60. They add up to the 90 degree angle. So we have 60. Now let's move on. We've already figured out this right triangle. Let's move on to this right triangle. We have 3 right triangles making up a big right triangle. So let's go ahead. Now we have a 60 degree angle right here. We also have a 90 degree angle right here. This tells us that it's essentially just the same thing as this. 60 plus 90, that's 150. 180 minus 150, that's 30. That tells us that this right here is a 30 degree angle. So you have 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90 over here. Now, these two angles are the same over here. They're complementary. They add up to 90 degrees. These two make up this big right angle over here. If this is 30, this angle right here has to be 60 degrees. Since they're complementary, 30 plus 60 equals 90. Now we figured out 2. Move on to the last part right here. Now we know that this is 90 and this is 60. And we know it's going to be a 30, 60, 90 triangle. 90 plus 60, that's 150. 180 minus 150, that's 30. That tells us that x is 30. Now I want you to figure out a way we could have solved this without any of this hassle. I'm just going to use an eraser. I'm going to take away everything, and I'm gonna. How could we have figured out what x is right off the bat without knowing anything. Alright. So hopefully we've come up with a solution. This problem is actually pretty easy to do in this case, but the reason we did it this way by going through every single triangle is that's what you're actually going to see in angle chasing problems, so just to get a better understanding of the problem. Now, a better way to do this problem, this one, if it appeared in a competitive math thing or something like that, or even just a test, like a harder, like the faster way to do this would be to see the bigger picture. See the bigger right triangle. This is a right angle, this is 60 degrees, and this is x. This 60-degree angle is an angle of the bigger triangle, and x is also an angle of the bigger triangle. We also have a right angle, which is the angle of the bigger triangle. We have 60 over here. Now, if we disregard all these lines, we have a 90-degree angle, we have a 60-degree angle, and we know this is going to be a 30-degree angle since it's 90 plus 60, 150, 180 minus 150, that's 30. So we already know it's a 30, 69 triangle by just looking at the bigger one, so the way we could have done this is just, well, we know that it's the same exact thing as this. We know the two angles, 90 and 60. We can call the other one, well, we call it theta over here, we can just call it x. So if we were to redo this situation, we wouldn't call it theta because our variable is x. And that's how you would solve it. So basically, x equal to 30, that's how you would solve the problem. So hopefully this video is helpful, and yeah.